Hello, and welcome to this next episode in my YouTube series, Being Effective with UpNote. This is the third episode in the series, and today we're talking about creating notes and editing notes within UpNote. In the first episode of the series, I showcased the main two ways that you can create notes in UpNote. This is by clicking this new note button up here, or using the keyboard shortcut Command or Control N, and that will create a new note for you. Both of those ways create a new note in whatever place you are within UpNote. So at the moment I'm in my projects notebook, and it creates the new note there, or if you were in your all notes list, it would create it in this uncategorized list, which is a bit like your inbox. But there are some other ways that you can create notes and get notes into UpNote, and I want to show you those now. So firstly, and what I think is the best thing, one of the best things about this application is there's a global keyboard shortcut for creating a new note. So you can turn this on or off in the settings, and it's usable anywhere on your computer. So if, for example, you were reading this blog post from Carl Pauline about a solid morning routine, or you were working on a Google Doc or something like that, then pressing Command Option N on a Mac or Control Alt N on Windows, what that does is that brings up this box where you can type whatever you want, and then you can go back to what you're doing. Now what that does is that creates a new note in whatever notebook you had open or you have open within UpNote there for you. Second, there is UpNote comes with a web clipper. That's an extension that's available for all of your different web browsers, pretty much, and it's this button up here. I've got it preloaded and ready to go. So if you press that, you get this little warning come up, and it creates a new note within UpNote of your it creates it within your uncategorized section there, and it's really good actually. So let's just go back here. So that's the web clipper that you can do that, and then the last one I want to show you is you can actually paste things into UpNote from wherever you are. So say we were back on this blog post, and we particularly liked this paragraph and section here, or you could be in a Google Doc and reading through it. If you copy that to your clipboard in the way that you normally would, then once it's in the clipboard, you have a global keyboard shortcut. Now on a Mac, that is Command, Control, Option, and V, and on Windows, that is Control, Shift, Alt, and V. And if you press those three things together, it pastes that text directly into a new note in UpNote. Again, wherever it was that you happen to have open at the time. So those are the different ways of creating notes on a computer. If you're on a mobile, then there's a widget that you can use to quickly create a new note direct from your home screen. I want to talk to you now about the note editor. Critical to any notes application is the editor itself. Before all of the other features are considered, this is where your notes are built, this is where your notes are made. And so here's an overview of the different things that you can do within the note editor of UpNote. First, most of what I'm going to show you can actually be done with keyboard shortcuts, but I'll talk about keyboard shortcuts in a later video. Second, one of the things that you can do when you create a new note in UpNote is use a template. Again, that's for a later episode. As with any notes application, you've got your basic formatting features along the bottom here, so you can have different types of heading. These are all compatible with Markdown as well, so that's already heading 1, but you can change it to heading 2 or heading 3. Using Markdown, you can make things bold or italic or underline them or cross them out if you don't like them. All of those basic features are there. If there's something that you want to make it particularly stand out, you can change the colour These are the different color options you've got, or you can highlight it, and those are the different highlighting color options you've got. Personally, I think these colors are really nice. They're really clear and vivid. I find some apps, particularly Notion, is bad for this. The colors are really quite dull and bland, and I find it's hard to see some of them and work out what color they're actually supposed to be. But then maybe I'm partially colorblind. I don't know. And then you've got other basic features like text alignment, so you can center that or justify it if you would like to. And then you can add in bullet lists or numbered lists as per any other applications. But UpNote has some bigger features of the editor that I wanted to show you now. The first of which is collapsible sections. This is something they released just before Christmas, I think, so you can put a collapsible section in there. This is collapsible, and then you can put whatever content you want in here, and then you can collapse all of that content under there. You can change the background color of your collapsible sections to whatever color you want. Let's make that blue. This is a really helpful way of organizing information in the notes so that everything's there, but you don't necessarily need to see it all at once. And there's many different features and ways of making use of that. You can also put quotes in. A quote, if I could spell, it would be helpful. And again, you can change the background color of that. I just think it looks really nice when you do that. One of the things that UpNote is really good at actually is code snippets and code blocks. Here is something that I've been working on a free tutorial that I'm doing as I'm learning to code. This is a code block, obviously, as you can see. It's got all of the syntax colors highlighted there, and you can set what language you're in to all of those on the list there. I don't know what half of these are, but if you're a coder, this is really useful. And then you can also put in internal and external links. You can do that using this button here, or you can highlight and add a link. And actually, if you've got a URL copied to your clipboard and you highlight something and then press Command or Control V to paste it, that will just paste the link directly into that word as a link there. Internal links, if it's a note that you're linking to, you can do the double square bracket feature, and that will bring up all of the notes that you might have that you can put in. You can link to notebooks using this menu on the notebook list. Copy a link to the notebook, and then you can paste that in. If you want to link to either a heading or a section, you can copy link to the heading, and then you can paste that in, or the section, copy link, and then you can paste that in. That's great for potentially if you want to create a table of contents, or if you want to link to specific parts of a note within other notes. That's something that you can do fairly easily there. You can also link to these items here. These are saved searches. So this would be a search. Whoops, never mind. You can copy links to saved searches that you've got within notes as well. Again, really helpful. I'll have a later video that goes through some of the different linking features. And then at the end here, you can see you've got dividers, embed videos, maths formulas, etc. The videos one is really good actually. I'm just going to show you that. So if you click embed video, it brings up this box, and then here is a video. It's one of my other UpNote videos, so I am going to copy the link there, and then if I paste that in here, a little bit of processing, and there you go. The video is now in UpNote. Welcome to the first episode of but I don't like listening to my own voice, so I'm going to get rid of that. Up here at the top, you have a few more options. You can add in a checklist. You can also do that using double open and close square brackets like that, and that adds in a checklist. You can insert an image from your computer, or under this plus button, you can attach files to the note from your computer, or insert a table, or insert today's date. The tables feature, you can choose how many rows and columns you want, but you can add rows and columns later as well. You can, and within the particular cells, you can set it as a heading cell, change the format, align the text within the cell, change the text color or the cell background to whatever you want. There are a few bonus extras that I think fit in within this video about the note editor itself, and that's to do with how you view the note. Now, I have shown you in a previous episode that you can collapse your sidebar, and there's a keyboard shortcut for that, or you can click this up here. But you also have focus mode, which is activated here, or using that keyboard shortcut, and what that does is it gets rid of everything else so you can just see the note itself in a sort of a more full screen way. And then you also have these two little buttons down here. So the information panel brings up information about your note there. You can also find a table of contents in here, and as I've shown in a previous video, if I put in a tag, then that should appear in here, which it has. There you go. And if you link to another note, that will also appear in there as well. But you can get rid of that, and you can also get rid of the formatting bar down here, meaning that you have a much bigger screen area. And then the last thing is typewriter mode. Now, this is really useful if you're writing something, longer form content. That's best activated from the keyboard shortcut, which is Command-Shift-T or Control-Shift-T if you're on Windows. And what that does is it centers the screen on the cursor, which is really good if you're writing. So wherever the cursor is, that's the center of the screen. So there you have it. Creating notes and editing notes within UpNote. Now, if you found this valuable, please do like this video and please do subscribe to this channel. There should be a button either on the screen now or appearing in a moment. There's lots more to come, lots more to say about this application, and you should see on the screen links to each of my previous 2 videos about this app, so please do check those out now.